working in much the same capacity because we're becoming very civilianized because of manning in the war, having to lean heavily upon civilians.
Yes.
And so they had transitioned, and now they were working for me. And
you like that?
Well, you know, a lot of people said, man, I would have been throwing my ring around and making people salute me, but to me it was very humbling.
Yes,
and it was a testament to their character. And I had to admit that it was somewhat a testament to my character because they respected me enough, and I think that they were kind of proud, you know, that I would start it there, you know, and then here I am, you know, there, whatever, you know, and it was great. It was actually awesome, and it was just a great experience. And
okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So now you're home.
Yes, I'm home because God gave me a clear path out of the military, and it was absolutely the only reason why I got out. I had a wonderful career. It was the kind of separation that leaves one's entire chain of command scratching their head.
10 years.
10 years. I did 10 years in the military. I had a going away. I received wonderful gifts, and I felt like I retired. I mean, I didn't. You know, I don't claim that at all. But it was the end of a journey. You know, when like I said, I went back to my very first base, and I actually had a month of being the commander. Yeah. Because my boss, who was the commander, I was second in charge, went on leave for a whole month. He left a lieutenant in charge, okay? And what else could an airman wish for? What other career goals could you have? You know, so I came full circle. And then the Lord showed me out. And, you know, he made the means for me to get a house. And he just, you know, he just made it possible. And while I was in my office, before I left, I was thinking to myself, man, you know, I'd spent a lot of time in the Air Force trying to motivate troops, trying to galvanize individuals to be the best people that they could possibly be. Yes. Just because they should, you know, not because it's a requirement, not because it's, you know, what you're supposed to do, but because you should. You should try to be the best person that you are. Yes. Regardless of where you are and your status. And I was thinking all the time, like, wow, if I could go back and do this in my family, in my school, in my community, in my city, you know, in my church, then wow. You know.
And that's how it is, why not me?
And that is what happened. You know, the Lord brought me home for a specific purpose, which I think is being revealed little by little, day by day, step by step, reinforced through what the different ways he supported me and guided me along this path. And shortly after returning home, I separated in November.
So now, why not me? Is a program now that is established up and going for teens here in Jacksonville?
Right, and that's what we try to tell people is that it doesn't matter what you want to do, you can do it.
What is it? Is it a motivation or is this? Tell me about what is it actually, your purpose or your goal?
Well, the purpose is to try and empower everyone. It started out with a logo, and the logo has it's made out of it's two question marks that are back to back and they form a man. And around the image it says "Why not me?" and it's written backwards because the point was to have it on a shirt and have a person stand in the mirror and say to themselves, "Why not me?" Yes. Okay, that's why it's backwards, and it's empowering. It's motivating. And so to give it legs and really breathe purpose into it, we thought the best way to start this is to by kids. You know, you tell them early, you can do whatever you want to do. And when I go back to my high school, I see teenagers that don't even dare to dream. You know, because whatever reason, they've missed the I can do it part, and they just survive, they just live. And it was important, I mean, just to attack them right then. A lot of people said, you know, you should really focus on little kids because, you know, it's going to be so heartbreaking when you're dealing with high school students because they're not going to listen and they're already lost, they're already gone. And to me, that's why we need to talk to them.
Well, our kids are in trouble. This generation is in trouble. You find more murder rates, or crime, excuse me, more crime dealing with 25 and under, our teenagers. Some are still in middle school. you know, they are really in trouble. So that's what captivated me for wanting you to come on the program to tell me about this particular program that you have for them, because they are in trouble.
Right.
And if we don't reach back out and go and get them, or I like what you say, how you went back to the school, and y'all, she went to Rebo.
That's right, Trojan for life.
We have a few Trojans out there, you know.
Yeah.
Now, this program, when is it started?
It starts our summer camp is called the Teen Summer Empowerment Program.
Okay.
And it begins the first week after school is over. We meet once every Wednesday from 10 to 1. And what it involves is every week we bring a different career professional to speak to the students. So they get a first-hand glimpse of architects,
like
doctors.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, architects, doctors, animators. Last year I had engineers. There are police, fire department, military. There's a whole gamut. Banking professionals. There's a whole gamut of people. We even have someone coming from
I saw
Jaguars.
athletes on there also.
Yeah,
Okay.
at the Jaguars. We have representatives from the front office coming, you know, to talk, to give a realistic spin on what the numbers are in relation to athletics. And, you know, you should try, but you should also have a backup plan. And so that brings to them these options. Because yes, the architect is coming. And okay, you have a student out there that's like, okay, well, it's an architect. Well, I can't draw or I can't do this. But the architect is going to talk about, well, yeah, I do this, but I deal with electricians, I deal with plumbers, I deal with engineers, I deal with all these other adjacent industries, which are even more options. And it's access.
Yes.
Because that architect, he answers the phone and he opens his doors to any child that wants to know more about it. You know, and they keep in contact. I have a doctor, this gynecologist, obstetrician. She's working right now with one of the teams, and she meets with her on a weekly basis. And that team is dead set on becoming a gynecologist, and that's what our children need, is access. They need access and they need support, and that is what the empowerment program is all about. You know, that's one facet of it. The other facet is service. It's community service, it's giving back, because all of these children are going to be successful at whatever they do. And it's important that they learn now that somebody's helping you. Therefore, you need to help someone else. And you need to be